Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a great day so far. So today I'm back with another Rewired Soul reaction. I saw that he made a video talking about this whole situation with ImJaystation and Alexia Moreno. I did my little bit of research. I went back and watched her video from when she had to share that she was alive. And I went and watched their video talking about if they were getting back together. And so I want to see what he has to say in his video. I will share my opinions on this whole situation. But before we even get into all of that, if you are new here, welcome. This is Journey to Find Kay, and I'm Kay. I like to talk about mental health. I react to the Rewired Soul, and I like to talk about topics if I feel like we can learn something about mental health and or substance abuse, because I'm a mental health patient worker and advocate, and I want to use my opinion and my experience to negate some of the things that we see out here in society. So if you enjoy my content, you enjoy watching me, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the bell so that way you're also notified every time I post a video. I also have a Patreon. You can check me out at patreon.com/journeytofindk. Check out the different tiers I have, all the perks that go with each one. I will be uploading a Patreon exclusive Get Ready With Me chit chat talking about the Tiger King docuseries. I know you have to have seen it by now. If you want to see my feelings or just kind of chill with me for a little bit, check out my Patreon. Subscribe if you want to over there. If not, it's all cool. You being here with me is support, and I appreciate you either way. So it is our first upload of the week, so you already know what time it is. It is our mental health check-in. I want to hear from you guys down in the comments below. How are you guys doing with this whole social distancing thing? How are you guys feeling? What are you doing to stay safe, to stay healthy? I am doing okay. I am personally all right. I want to apologize to you guys because I know my upload schedule has been crazy with everything that has been going on. There's been a super high demand at work, son's schooling stuff. It's been throwing me out of whack, but I do promise I do want to make sure I upload to you guys at least 2 videos a week. But so far my mental health has been okay. Just getting everything juggled and situated has been a mess, but I want to hear from you guys. So let me know down in the comments below, how are you guys doing? So yes, you guys, I sat here and decided I just want to react to another video of his. He's been busy. He's been uploading consistently. And I saw recently within the past 2 days, he uploaded a video talking about ImJaystation and Alexia Moreno and the whole drama. He titled it about going back to an abusive relationship. And I didn't know who these two people were. So I made sure I did my little research, and I have my own personal feelings about this whole situation. And I want to see what he has to say. I want to see what his takeaway from this whole thing is. But I did see a video where she basically broke up with him because he lied and said she was dead. That was an interesting video, and that was just back in January. And I also did make sure to watch their Are We Getting Back Together video, which was just uploaded about 2-3 days ago. And there's some things that are going on with that, which I will share throughout my reaction, but I want to see what he has to say and where are we going to agree or disagree at. So let's go ahead, let me stop rambling, let's get into this video.
Right now I'm sitting next to my ex-girlfriend, Alexia Moreno. As you guys know,
I watched this video.
For a while now, guys. She's been posting on her own channel, and I haven't even been posting at all. I'm still trying to think about everything that's gone on in that last couple months and kind of reflect on everything. It's just been so hard for me to even make videos right now. But one of the biggest things that's been bothering me about the whole situation is just not being with Alexia.
And I'm sorry if the audio is a little messed up, my bad.
Is getting out of abusive and toxic relationships.
We might be agreeing on this video. We'll see.
What's up, everybody? This is Chris from the Rewired Soul, where we talk about the problem, but focus on the solution. And if you're new to my channel's all about mental health. And something that affects our mental health so much is our relationships. Anyways, if you're someone like me trying to actively improve your mental and emotional well-being,
period. All relationships, from childhood, all of it. It affects your mental health a lot.
YouTube this afternoon, just finished watching Uncut Gems. That movie is insane. But anyways, I just saw this on Twitter, and like I said, this is something that I am very, very passionate about. And this video is not for ImJaystation and Alexia. This video is for you and me, all right? The both of us, okay? Because so many of us, we do this, and it's so easy to watch these public figures like ImJaystation and Alexia getting in these awful relationships and going back to each other and everything like that and judging it from afar. But I've done it in the past. I know so many people in my life who have done this, and we need to talk about it.
Same.
So first, I'm not going to break down your clips and everything like usual. There are plenty of commentary videos out there. But anyways, ImJaystation, you guys know he makes those kind of trashy videos, 3 a.m. challenges and everything like that. But anyways, a couple months ago, I think it was, him and his girlfriend broke up. He woke up one morning, or I think it was the afternoon, and she was gone. She pressed charges against him for assault. He started making videos defending himself. The cop showed up to his house, and then she started making videos about this, and she talked about the abusive and toxic behavior from JayStation. All right, now listen, something that I try to do. Okay, I try to look at the reason. Like, no, I'm not a licensed therapist or anything like that, but I've worked with many, many people at the drug and alcohol rehab that I used to work at. A lot of them struggled with mental health issues. It was a dual diagnosis treatment center. And same thing with me, right? I'm a recovering drug addict and alcoholic. I had a messed up childhood. And for a long time, like especially in my active addiction, I was living in pure chaos. And I was the worst boyfriend you could ever meet, all right? Although I was never physically abusive, although I never cheated on a woman or anything, I was an absolute nightmare to date, okay? But anyways, JayStation and Alexia just announced they're back together. And they make this happy, hyped up video about how they're back together and how they're going to work on things.
They did not. See, now he playing. They did not say they were back together. They made sure, and I don't know if he watched it all the way to the end, they made sure to keep it at the end that they are not back together, that they're just hanging out and they are making videos together again. Now that is problematic to me as well, but I'm not gonna let him sit here and say that these people are back together, because they are not. Now, could it be the beginning roads of them getting back together? Do I think it could be a possibility they are back together now? Yes, because I don't know these people, but that is not what they shared, so I don't want him pushing a false narrative. What they are saying and what they shared on their video was that they are not together.
So when I look at this stuff, I'm like, okay, so what's going to happen? What's the move forward? Because JayStation was very open and honest, and I empathize with the guy. He talks about the messed up childhood he had, his poor relationship with his parents, and check this out. Like, this is one of the reasons why so many of us need therapy. If you keep getting in toxic relationship after toxic relationship after toxic relationship, go to therapy, okay? My first form of therapy was through 12-step programs, and I learned why I kept getting into such awful relationships and why I was such a terrible boyfriend, right? Because JayStation, looking from afar, obviously I don't know the guy, but he talks about this
Thank you for saying
all his trust issues growing up, and now that is spilled over into his relationship. Alexia, in her video, she
that
talked
does
about
happen a lot.
Checking your phone, he was trying to distance her from other people and everything like that. That is something with us. So if you have somebody in your life who doesn't trust you, just realize that is on them. Okay,
Yes.
it's not a you issue.
I was proud that she said that herself. I was very proud she said that.
Past relationships, we bring that baggage from an old relationship into a new one.
And I will say, no matter who you are, you can bring in that baggage, especially if you haven't taken care of that or addressed it or confronted those feelings or that hurt, that pain that you have gone through. So it does happen.
Realized when I started getting in new relationships was it is not fair to my new partner to bring stuff from an old relationship into a new one. All right, so they sit there and they discuss how things are going to be different, how things are going to change. And whenever I hear that, especially if it was such a toxic relationship that was verbally abusive, physically abusive, emotionally abusive, whatever it was, when somebody says they're working on themselves and here's what they're going to do, I'm always like, okay, what does that mean? Does that mean individual therapy? Does that mean couples counseling? Right? But no. Here's why they believe that this relationship is going to work out.
I knew that Alexia wasn't 100% believing what I was telling her when I met her in person, so I wanted to make Alexia a promise that I would never be like that again, and I actually made that promise not only to her face, but I took her out and I bought her these matching rings, guys.
He's twisting this so good.
I made to Alexia that I would never do what I did to her before, never again.
He is twisting this so good. He is twisting this so good. Again, I will share my whole feelings later on when this is done. But he made sure, JayStation stated that he was working on himself, that he had done things to work on himself. Now, they didn't go into deep detail, but he shared that he had worked on himself. This was something he was doing by himself. He did not state that the only thing that he was doing to make sure that this worked or that they were able to work together, which is what they basically stated, that they're hanging out with each other and working together again. They did not state that they were in a relationship again. Now, I'm not saying I believe them. If they did not say that was all it was some rings. Don't let this man play you. Like, oh my God.
Like, you have to be.
Did you watch the video?
You have to be kidding me right now. So, one of my favorite philosophies is something my old mentor taught me. And he said, going back to an ex is like drinking.
You just wanted to hop on this topic.
But here's for all you people who miss it. Getting back with an ex is like pulling milk out of the fridge, drinking it, realizing it's spoiled, putting it back in the fridge, coming back later, weeks, months later, pulling it out and be like, oh my God, I can't believe it's still spoiled. Right? Like, it is so difficult for people to change. Usually it takes years of work. Like, even after I got sober, I was a hot mess for that first year.
That's you.
Not all there. I still had a lot of stuff to work on.
Everyone is still working on stuff. Change takes time, period. It's the behaviors and what you're doing to show it. Like, I can't. This man. I'm not knocking anyone. If you were able to get back with an ex and had a successful relationship after that, props to you. I personally have never been able to do that. I have tried it. It was just, no. My issue is with what he is saying is he's just spinning the narrative. He's spinning a narrative to fit the way that he's looking at this situation, because I agree with him partly on them, filming together and being together and doing all of that, because
And in my own personal opinion,
feels like they probably are back together, and that this is something that she needs to especially make sure she's keeping an eye on, because it feels very cycle of abusive behavior. It feels very much like the cycle in the honeymoon phase. Everything is great. Then, it goes back to where they have that build up, and then you have the abuse. And I might be missing some of the phases, but that's what, to me, it sounds like. And now I will address my own personal bias. I am someone who was in an abusive relationship before. I've learned about this type of stuff. It was one of the reasons why I wanted to get in this field as well. But I've been there, so that might be a little bit of a bias that I am carrying with me. But I'm also understanding and educated on what the cycle looks like, and that's what it looks like with them right now. It looks like, from what she shared on her video and why she broke up with him, and the behaviors, the things that they shared in their video, the way they both went back and forth at each other, it sounds like right now they're in a good honeymoon phase. And if they do end up getting back together romantically, that then it could go right into that behaviors again and start the cycle all over again. That's where my concern is. It is, I don't know these people. They might not be together. I'm going to take you for your word. I'm not going to spin it the way he is. And all we can do as viewers is wish them the best. Try to educate her as much as you can if you know her personally. If these people know anyone who knows her personally, I'm hoping they're talking to her. I'm hoping they're saying like, hey, pay attention to this. This is something, don't forget what happened, and good luck. We're here for you. And that's all we can do as the viewers. That's all we can do as the people on the internet, because we really don't know what's going on behind the scenes. All we can do is hope that she understands what to look for now, and wish her the best if they do become romantic, or even if he starts showing this behaviors and them being friends. Because my own personal opinion, it feels very much like, it's a honeymoon phase, because you can have abuse in a friendship, you can have abuse in a romantic relationship, in a work relationship. There's still cycles of abuse, no matter what type of relationship you may have with that person. Hopefully they learn, they pay attention, and they don't start this whole cycle again. And all we can do as people who are watching, is try to support, offer a lending ear, and hope that she, it ends in a good way,
Relationships. Okay, so based on cognitive dissonance theory, it discusses how the more work that we put into something, the harder something is, the more we value it, right? And that's one of the reasons we miss somebody so much, and we decide to go back to them sometimes, is because we think about all the hard things that we went through. So that's when we got to take a step back.
Or we think about all the good things. We get these rose-colored glasses, and we only see the good things that happened. And I'm still guilty of that sometimes. When I used to think of my abuser, I would be like, oh man, we used to be like homies though. And then I have to remind myself, but you also had to receive this, and this. That's normal. That's human. It's just, getting the understanding, getting educated, going to therapy, seeing somebody if you're able to, reading a book, learning a little bit more will help you understand and look for the different cues that you need to look for. Anyone out there who may be watching me who doesn't know this, I will say, if you go and look at their old video, look at her video talking about she's alive. Listen to the things that she's sharing. Those are telltale signs of what could be abusive behavior. But it also could be, like they said, someone who's insecure, someone who may be having, feeling some type of way because of things that happened in their past. They've gotten hurt before, they have this baggage. Those are behaviors that are red flags and things that you need to be cognizant of. The things that she explained about him wanting to control her social media, the people who she talked to, things like that. Those are red flags for abuse or just problematic behaviors that you need to kind of distance yourself from that person. It's things to be made aware of. That's where you can really sit back and learn something from this type of situation, because we always have to be cognizant of the fact that this is just stuff that people are putting on the internet. We do want to take a lot of this stuff at face value, especially when we're talking about a relationship and abusive behaviors or behaviors that are problematic. We do want to take it seriously, but we also have to remember we don't know these people.
It was good. It was hard because something terrible was going on. And unless there is some kind of life change that a person is doing, there is no reason to to go back to them, right? They have to go through some kind of transformation. So
we don't know if he did or not. We don't know.
I've been in this situation in the past,
but
I try to
it's very
from my
sus.
experience. Like, I would ask that person if they're like, what are they doing to improve themselves? Like, anybody can say, I'm trying to be better, or can promise you they're going to do better. Ask yourself, or even ask them, what does that mean? What does that mean?
Yeah, we don't know.
Like,
we don't know with them. They didn't share anything.
They're going to try not to get so mad at you. They're going to try not to get so jealous. The reality is, they were trying that before. It just didn't work because it was buried.
But to me, it's still sus
and
too.
it bubbled up. So somebody could say, "Oh, baby girl, I'm going to try not to get so mad at you this time. I'm going to try not to hurt you this time." What does trying?
It's what you do.
Right?
It's your actions.
That they are trying.
Yeah.
Like, think about that. The next time someone in your life says that, and the last thing I want to touch on is they talk about how they went on this glorious vacation, this amazing resort. This all goes back to the honeymoon phase.
Yep.
Like,
See?
it's so easy for us to, when we get into a brand new relationship, or when we get back with an ex, that honeymoon phase, when everything's glorious. And I live by a philosophy where a relationship isn't based on how good things are when they're good, but it's how you and your partner get through adversity, right? You get through the inevitable challenges that life is going to throw at you. Just because you had a great vacation with no care in the world, that is not a good
and they tried to use quarantining together as a way of like, oh, we've been quarantined together for like the past month, and it showed that we can be cool and da 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 da. No, like he said, I agree. I think this does look like the honeymoon phase. It's very easy to be in a honeymoon phase with friends or with someone you are romantic with, anything. Not saying that they're in an abusive relationship, but I'm saying that there are abusive tendencies, there are abusive patterns, or you can say just problematic behaviors that this man has, portrayed to this girl. She needs to just make sure she pays attention and remembers what happened and look for those changes, and not just think that within these past 3 months he did enough to, continue this positive outlook.
It's going to be, right? So we have to remember that. Like, I'm not telling you to go into a brand new relationship all super pessimistic, but just dial back that emotion and try to think rationally. Like, we all know when we get love struck, we are extremely irrational. But do what you can to pause and be mindful of it and be like, oh, okay, like, my emotions are really high right now, and I'm forgetting about previous relationships where I jumped into something too soon, or when getting back to an ex, we're forgetting about all those terrible times. I don't know what it is, but when it comes to getting back to an ex, our brain focuses on all the good times, but it forgets all of the bad times, right? When it comes to ImJaystation Alexia, she was talking about how he threw things at her. He was trying to distance her from her friends. In a lot of cases, this is like one of the primary signs of an abusive relationship, is trying to isolate somebody from friends, family members, whoever it is. And it takes a lot of work for someone to fix their stuff. And don't get me wrong, I wish the best for these two.
Yep.
I hope
it takes a lot of work, but 3 months.
We can't just sit around here and watch this stuff. There's going to be a million commentary videos on this situation, but we need to turn it back around, look at ourselves, and see what kind of relationship patterns we have and what we're struggling with, so we can improve our own lives. You know what I mean? But anyways, that's all I got for this video. If you like this video, please give us.
So I agree with a lot of the stuff that he says, because, like I said, I think that it is something that needs to be paid attention to, this dynamic that is going on between them. I don't like the narrative he tried to spin that they're back together, that all they're going to do is just the rings, because we don't know. We know for sure what they shared in the videos, that they aren't together. They did it at the end. If you watch the video all the way to the end, they tell you that they are not together, that they are going to be doing recording together because it felt easier. They couldn't record all of this stuff.
Blah, 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 blah.
But they're recording and things like that. They are hanging out, they're being friends and all of this stuff, but they're not together. So I don't like the fact that he tried to push the narrative to get these views of, oh, they're back together and da 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 da. They're back together by working together, but they're saying they're not back romantically, which right now is good. I was very happy to hear that from them. I was very happy to hear that. I was very happy to hear Alexia say, no, we are not together. She corrected and was like, ex-girlfriend. Like, I liked hearing that, which gave me a lot more hope into that maybe they are really taking it slow and going to be paying attention to the things and doing the work that is needed to make sure that if they do get back together romantically, because again, she did say it's not guaranteed. If we trust them, whatever, but they stated that in their video. And so don't spin that narrative that they said they're not. But I was happy to hear that dialogue, just because, like I said, it's scary to see what she shared in her video in the end of January. Her video was from January 28th, okay? We are barely in the beginning of April. What she shared in that video is, like Chris did say, those are signs that we would look at and say, this is something, do we need you to, do we have to get you some type of services? Do we need you to talk to someone? Because those are warning signs. And it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. You can have an abusive friendship. You can have an abusive work relationship. There are abusers everywhere. People mistreat people everywhere. So like I said, I'm not going to say that they have an abusive relationship, but from what she was sharing, those were warning signs of what could be an abusive partner. To see that back in January and then to see this video up in April, it is still kind of one of those moments like, I'm not going to judge you because I don't know the whole story, but I just hope that they're taking it slow, because it's like Chris said, again, I agree with him, it's going to take time. It is going to take time to really address these types of feelings. These are things like they shared that this is from childhood, this is from past relationships, this is baggage that he's been carrying. He's 29 years old from what I saw. It's going to take some time to really address those issues. So 3 months to me, or two and a half months, is, to me personally, not enough time to really address those things for them to comfortably be like, oh yeah, we're going to get back together romantically. So I do hope that they are working slow. I do hope that, you know, they really are taking their time. It sounds kind of sus though, if you're going on a vacation by yourselves, you guys are quarantined by yourselves. And if that is the case, I just hope she's staying cognizant. She has people to talk to. I hope that there are people on her side, you know, that are supporting her, saying, hey, you know, just remember, we're here for you, educating. And I hope they both are really working on this the way they say that they are. I hope either both are going to therapy together or separate. I don't care, you know, taking care of the things that they need to for this to be successful. But I don't like how Chris tried to play it as if they're just taking the rings. That's the only thing that they're taking seriously. No. And so I'm going to keep an eye out on this because I want to see what happens. I want to see how this progresses. I'm hoping it takes at least another year before we see any type of an announcement of maybe they're getting back together. I don't know, you know, because at least in a year, I would give you like, oh, it's been a year. Like maybe they've really gone to therapy, you know, handled some stuff. But right now, making this announcement barely 2 months later after he supposedly pretended that you were dead and stuff, like, no, it is sus. It is very sus. But even though, you know, we don't know these people, I'm hoping people who are watching are able to, you know, take this in, take in those warning signs, take in, you know, these behaviors that they were sharing, this situation, and learn from it, you know, apply it to some of the things that you might have gone through or some people that you might know be going through. I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think of this whole situation? Do you think those two are back together and just not telling us? Or do you think that they really are just being friends and seeing where it goes? You know, I shared my little moments where I think it's a little suspect to me. But I'm hoping, you know, they are taking it slow because it's a honeymoon phase, man. It sounds very honeymoon phase to me. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions down below, guys. And if you made it this far and you haven't subscribed, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the bell so you're notified every time I post a video. Don't be afraid to hit me up over at Patreon. Check out my different tiers, different, you know, perks that you get with each one. I want everyone to stay safe. I hope everyone is taking care of themselves and not putting too much pressure on yourself. Understand that we are going through a crisis right now, so don't be too hard on yourselves if you're not doing everything that you feel or that you need to be doing. It is okay. Do what you can. Right now it's crazy, but I just want to send you nothing but love and positivity. I hope everyone is taking care of themselves, coping as well as they possibly can. Don't be afraid to, you know, let me know how you're feeling down below. You can always hit me up on social media, Journey to Find K. I thank you guys so much for just taking a little bit of time to talk with me and enjoy this little commentary. Let me know your thoughts and opinions, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.